Hey guys, this is Mohammed Ayaz Kamiri.
Hey guys, this is Nasrullah Safar.
Hope you all fine and doing well.
And today we are going to create a simple database by using of MySQL workbench on 3 steps.
So let's do it.
In here is our 3 steps. I'm going to talk about our first step will be reading the scenario. The second one will be drawing the diagram, and the third one will be implementation or inserting on MySQL workbench. So we are going to jump for the first step, which is scenario. I'm going to read a scenario. Emerging electric wish to create a database with the following entities and attributes: customer with attribute customer ID, name, address, street, city, state, zip code, and telephone. Location with attributes location, ID, address, street, city, state, zip code, and type values of business or residential. Rate with attributes rate class in rate per kWh. After interviews with the owner, we have come up with the following business rules. Customer can have one or more locations. Each location can have one or more rates depending on the time of the day. Okay, this was our first step, and we are going to for the second step, which is drawing the diagram. Okay, our first step entity was customer with customer ID, customer name, telephone, address. In address we have state, zip code, street, and city. And other entity was location. In location we have address, address ID. In address we have state, zip code, street, and city. In type we have business and residential. Our last entity is rate. In rate we have rate class and rate per kWh. And now we are going to create the relationship between them, that one customer may have one or more location, and each location may have one or more rates. So one customer may have one or more location, and each location can have one or more rates. So this was our second step. Now we are going to jump to our last step, which was implementation. Okay, I already opened my SQL workbench here, and welcome to my SQL workbench. First of all, we click on this button, and then we type the name for our connection, which is today. You can just press OK or enter. Just click on it. Okay, here is our query table, and we are going to use, okay, here we inserting our queries. So first of all, I'm going to see which database I already have in my system. So we write show databases, and we just run it. These databases I already have in my system. Okay. Here we create a database. Create database by which name? By myself. Okay, this is the database name, and we are going to use this myself here, myself, and we just select them and run them. Here we go, myself with 0 effective. And we are going to create a table, create table, which was customer. In customer we had customer ID, which was integer 10, and then we have it shouldn't be empty, we give not null, and then it's primary key, and then we have customer name on it, which is char about 10 characters. Then we have customer telephone. In telephone we have char 13 characters, and then we have address, In address it's char 50 characters, and then we have it's a state which is char 10, and then we have after that we have city which is char 10. Then we have straight which is char 20, and then we have city I already added. Then we have zip code, and zip code is char 10, and that was all. Just close this. So I already did this, so let's describe this. See, is it take the place or no? So describe customer. So just we select them and run them. Here we go. Customer ID, customer name, telephone address, state, city, street, and zip code. So this was our first table, and now we are going to create our second table, which is create table by name of location. In location we have location ID, which is integer 10, should be not null, and it should be primary key. And we have location. In location, what else we have? In location we have straight. Yes, straight, which is char 20, and then we have state. Yeah, state. And state is which char 20 as well. Then we have city. Then we have city, which is char 10. Then we have zip code, which is char 10. Then we have nothing. Okay, now I'm going to use a primary key of our first table as foreign key on the second table. So we insert the queries like customer ID, which is integer 10, and foreign key of customer ID, references to customer ID, and here we go. We just so it's done. Now we describing them. Describe location. We just select them and run them. Okay, here we have location ID, streets, state, city, zip code, and customer ID. And customer ID is foreign key. Okay, now we're done with the second one, and now we are going to the last table, which create table by rate, which rate class or rate class we have, which is char 10, and then we have rate per kwh, it should be not null, and we give the value char 10 characters. Okay, now we are going to use the primary key of location on this primary key of location here as a foreign key, and we use like this location ID, which is integer 10, foreign key of location, references to location ID, and here it's gonna also, so we describe it, describe rate, and here we just select it and run it. Here we go, rate class, rate per kwh, and location ID, it's foreign key, and we are going to see our all tables. So we insert the queries like show tables, semicolon, then here we go, customer, location, and rate. And that was all for today, and thank you for watching. Support us by subscribing and liking and sharing our videos.